What is so ridiculously overpriced, yet you still buy? Groceries, especially the healthy ones honestly. Almost everything at this point is. Especially food and drinks, packages got smaller, prices got higher. Kerrygold butter. Lol, I live in Ireland where it's not expensive but was so absolutely baffled as to why someone was paying so much for it, then forgot that this wasn't the Irish subreddit. Imported, I'm assuming? Is it really that loved in the US? That's mad. Good all Irish cows doing their thing. I can't believe how much people spend on alcohol at a bar. You're not buying alcohol. You're renting space to stand in. Glasses, I could always buy cheap ones, but I'd rather pay money to have nice frames that I actually like wearing rather than a pair I couldn't care less about. I used to hate wearing glasses because I thought they made me unattractive. When I got older, I realized I was just wearing cheap ugly glasses and I looked pretty good in the right ones. Freaking toilet paper. After people panic bought in 2020, it's so much more than it used to be. Stands out against the rising price of everything else. If you have one nearby, Costco sells toilet paper as a loss leader. I think a 36-pack costs about $27. Health insurance that covers next to nothing. I have a 40-hour-a-week job and a 20-hour-a-week job. By the time all my insurance premiums and automatic withdrawals for medical bills come out of my full-time paycheck, my part-time paycheck ends up being a bigger deposit in my account despite getting paid $4 less an hour at that job. I know there are people worse off than me, but holy moly is it getting harder to get up every day knowing that I am working 60 hours a week and I am still drowning. Health insurance/medical supplies. For our family of 5, the insurance premiums, deductible and medications come to about $35 a year. Uber Eats delivery fees. The extent of my laziness cannot be overstated when I'm an educator on winter break and fully immersed in goblin mode. Bite Squad is just as bad. DoorDash is trash and I won't ever use them again after becoming convinced the driver stole my Five Guys French fries. Right now? Cars, at least in my area. Brand new cars are few and far between. And it's not unusual to see used cars with prices $10K to $12K above what the price was a year and a half ago. It's insane. I've heard about people flying multiple states over just to get a car for MSRP, instead of $10K more. Just a normal sedan. Pretty crazy. Concessions at sporting events. As much as I try my best to eat before I go and resist the urge to buy beer when I am there, some days, seeing others enjoying their beer and food/snacks make me say F it and I indulge too. Man, the chokehold sporting event food can have on me. Depending on where you're sitting, the food isn't even very good, but it is lol. Lettuce. There is a current lettuce shortage, but it sounds like we may see some relief in January. Food with current inflation. Else you die. Yeah, food prices are stupid high and I work at a grocery store so I watch sales and coupons on the app along with a measly 10% off. The prices of frozen pizza has gotten so stupid with most of them close to $10 that we decided to learn how to make our own pizza. It's difficult AF but in the end we save a lot eating homemade pizza 4 times a week. Dumb shit trinkets to trigger the endorphins. Rent. Housing in general. Even people who can afford a house are paying double than 10 years ago. And this group obviously gets smaller and smaller. Beef jerky. $7.99 for 80 grams. Beef jerky has always been so damn expensive. Super annoying, it's such an enjoyable snack. Concert tickets. My wife wanted us to go to a concert recently. She told me the tickets would be more than $700. I asked her if we were going to be witnessing the return of Jesus. When I was going to concerts in my teens and early 20s, $50 was considered expensive for a ticket. Most were around $35. Warhammer 40K minis. My biggest fear is when I die my wife will sell my Warhammer minis for what I told her they cost. Pretty much all the things I need to stay alive. The $12 breakfast burrito from the sign on the food truck at my kids' volleyball tournament, and I go to pay and he says that'll be $17. I stood there dumbstruck for a second so he felt he had to repeat it. Starving dumbass me just ground my teeth and handed him a 20. I dropped $40 at Taco Bell last night for 2 people. I remember when they had 49-cent tacos. Electricity. The main provider in my area wanted to raise rates about 9%, but only got approved for 0.78%. But we need the money to make improvements. That's what you said last year. What did you do with that money? It looks like you're saying you need money this year to make the improvements you said you'd make last year with that rate increase. Yeah, but we didn't do it, so now we need more. Everything post-COVID. Inflation should be told like the weather. 8% but it feels like 350. Razor refills. I was looking for this. Damn Gillette blades. Have you considered going the safety razor route like me? Cheaper and gives a cleaner shave. Fruits, milk, veggies, meat, olive oil, mattress, vacuum cleaner, and the list goes on. Every fin thing is 40 to 50% expensive now. Feels like price gouging. Potato chips. It's crazy to me that a 200 grams bag of chip can be on sale and cost more than pound of ground beef on sale. How can potatoes chopped, cooked, and seasoned can cost twice as much as raising an animal for 1 year and butchering it? Groceries. I miss prepping the same meal for a week to save money, not out of necessity. Those freaking graphics cards. They're getting better, but like half a decade ago I bought a mid-range graphics card for the PC connected to my living room TV. I fully expected it would go outdated fast, but with the chip shortages and stuff, anything that's more than a slight upgrade is stupid expensive still. I want something that does ray tracing, but I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. We're still a ways out from ray tracing being both affordable and not tanking performance, I'm afraid. The 4090 is starting to near decent ray tracing performance, but that price tag pretty much excludes many from getting it. Heating. Business class, no contest. But I'm old and have lived frugally all my life, flying steerage, driving cheap cars, etc., so now I can afford it occasionally. First time flying business this year, actually, it's nice. I had 24 hours of non-stop travel for work earlier this year, so our company policy required them to get us, me plus my team, business class seats. Holy crap, they make that transatlantic flight so much nicer. Turkish Airlines is fantastic. Lufthansa too. Insulin. We had to rush my grandma to the hospital this weekend. She was coherent enough to call my mother but was just babbling and not making sense. My mom tried to call her back but didn't get an answer, so she rushed over. She found her laying on the living room floor, passed out. Her blood sugar was over 400 and she was in diabetic shock. Now, my grandmother has been living with her diabetes for the better part of 40 years. She knows how to control her blood sugar, recognizes all the signs, so on and so forth. We didn't understand what happened. It turns out she's been using her deceased brother's insulin, which was several years expired at this point, because she has been unable to afford it herself. She hasn't said anything because she didn't want to burden us. I can only imagine if this is happening in my family's life, how many others are also affected by a similar situation. My antidepressants. I once got free samples for a few months because I couldn't afford them. Your doctor might be able to hook you up if you explain to them your situation. Homes. Paper products, e-books, photocopies, etc. Analog preamps and DA converters. Homemade iced tea and or lemonade at restaurants. So overpriced, so tasty. Gluten-free bread. My wife is celiac and it's a real eye-opener. It costs 4x as much and the quality is substantially poorer than other bread, because it's made to have wide appeal and packed with preservatives. We've resorted to baking our own, but even then it's not great. Uber Eats fees. I wish I could give it directly to the delivery guy. Uber Eats combined with the coupons they send out every week ends up being the same price as getting it myself. After fees and tipping the driver I end up paying the same amount, but hey, at least I didn't have to leave the house. Menstruation stuff. This is the first comment on this that I've seen, and I want to bring up something in Scotland that some women may not know about. Please use MyGov to find out if your local council offers free sanitary products. My house gets a bi-monthly delivery of sanitary towels and tampons, mostly Lilets in regular/super size, to our doorstep for free. The website just says a range of locations, so all you can do is choose your local council from the list and see if they deliver to your area. Hey, thanks for subscribing and liking. It really means a lot to me. While you are here, feel free to hop on over to the last video. See you there. Ronnie.